This is the third of 3 short videos reviewing measurement conversion. In this video, we'll focus on moving back and forth between the US and metric systems of measurement. On this page, I've listed some conversion factors that will allow us to move back and forth between US and metric. There are obviously many examples we could use to illustrate these different conversion factors. I'm going to go ahead and focus in on just 3 key examples. Our first, we'll see in a moment, will involve converting from inches to centimeters. Then, we'll take a look at temperature since we haven't spent too much time on that quantity yet. We'll look at converting Fahrenheit to Celsius, and then we'll end by looking at converting Celsius to Fahrenheit. So let's try converting 15 inches to centimeters. If we use the dimensional analysis strategy we saw in our first video, I can take the 15 inches we're given and multiply it by the appropriate conversion factor, which we spoke of a moment ago. And since we're trying to get rid of inches, I'm going to tag on my inches in the denominator here. I'm trying to introduce centimeters. And we know that in 1 inch, there are 2.54 centimeters. So we've effectively canceled out our unit of inches, leaving behind the unit of centimeters as desired. And if we multiply 15 times 2.54, we'll find that we get back 38.1 centimeters. So this means 15 inches is approximately 38.1 centimeters. Since that conversion factor is an approximation, I'll just go ahead and say approximately there. And then let's go ahead and try out some temperature conversions. So, if we're asked to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius, I've referenced the conversion formula we saw on a previous page. Here I'm asked to convert 113 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. So the temperature in degrees Celsius will be equal to 5/9 times the given temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. So we were given 113 as our temperature in Fahrenheit, minus 32. So we'll just clean this up and then we will have our final temperature in Celsius. Order of operations are of course what we need to simplify here. So if we clean up the parentheses, 113 minus 32 is 81. And then I'm taking 81 and multiplying it by 5/9. So I'm going to just go ahead and work this by hand. We saw some of this in our fraction videos earlier on in Power Math Camp Basics. But I'm going to go ahead and write 81 as 81 over 1. And then I'll just do a little bit of cross cancellation. So it looks like, in this case, 81 and 9 both divide by 9. And that cleans up, looks like, to just 5 times 9 in the numerator, which is 45, and 1 times 1 in the denominator. So this tells us that 113 degrees Fahrenheit is equivalent to 45 degrees Celsius. And that would be one example of converting temperature. Let's just try going the opposite direction. So now I have a given temperature in degrees Celsius. We're asked to convert to Fahrenheit. So notice the change in formula at the right here. So in order to complete this process, we know that degrees Fahrenheit is equal to 9/5 times the temperature in Celsius. So in this case, our temperature in Celsius was 37, and then plus 32. To make this look a little better, I'm going to write 37 as 37 over 1. You'll notice in our last example, we used a little bit of cross cancellation. But as we look at 9/5 times 37 over 1, cross cancellation doesn't apply here because there are no shared factors. So I'll just go ahead and multiply straight across the top. So 9 times 37 gives us 333. Straight across the bottom, 5 times 1 is 5. We'll add on 32. It's pretty normal to give temperatures in decimals rather than in fractions. So if I take 333 and divide it by 5, I get back 66.6. And then I still need to add 32 to that. So it looks like our temperature in degrees Fahrenheit is going to come out as 98.6. So you might recognize that as kind of the normal human body temperature. And that implies that 37 degrees Celsius is approximately 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So hopefully that helps clarify a little bit about how we can convert between the US and metric systems of measurement. And now you are ready to try out the practice exercises for this lesson. Have fun!